Hello and welcome back to Transport Fever 2. We are sat not a million miles away from the Chesapeake Helix. It's a little bit behind us, not too far away. But coming through that tunnel at some point should be a rather long train that we built last episode. Today we need to get our line rates up, don't we? We've got lots of headroom. Our factories are pumping out quite a bit, and we are not seeing to it. But that's alright. We're not going to go overboard on the numbers. We're just going to increase them and make sure that we're within that amount of output. And there's our train. Lovely. Perfect. So we're going to be doing that today. I do want to mention dray horses. And a more common name for a dray horse would be a draft horse. And a couple of you, quite rightly, mentioned breweries. They are related. Dray horse and dray men, they were the drivers for the drays in brewery terms, which are flatbed wagons, and then they were pulled by the giant draft horses. Think Shire horse in the UK, or Clydesdales. Those big, lovely horses. There we go. It is related. There we go. You eyes up. Dray horse, used for many things, or draft horse, or what else would they be called? Cart horses was, I believe, a less common name used for them. I wonder if Wobbly will be able to tell me, did they used to walk down canals at some point? They would seem suited for that, wouldn't they, those giant horses? Talking of giant horses, this one, this train, not this horse, this train has a lot of horses in it, doesn't it? Yes, it's quite the beast. In fact, how many brake horsepower does it have? Does it say down here? There we go. There's 3,190 horses in that. That's a lot of horses. Lovely. It does look the part, doesn't it now? We're going to make it longer as well, I think. That's not going to be the end of that, that's for sure. So anyway, enough about horses. Oh yes, there was a comment as well. Now I forget quite easily what I didn't know. Yes, that's a strange sentence. But at the beginning of the game, I take it for granted now, some of the things I just do naturally in the game. And it was asked, how do I hide the UI? I know some of you, or a lot of you, may know this, but we still get new players, or perhaps you just didn't know. It is right Alt on the keyboard and G. Simple as that. So now you can go and take lovely screenshots and stuff. It's also usable in this camera tool as well. Down the bottom here you can use Alt-G. Make sure it's the right Alt, as opposed to the left Alt, which will need to be the correct Alt. Dear oh dear. Right, we added a couple of wagons on this. This is not going to meet demand. Demand of this, I believe both outputs, both of our oil wells now need to, or want to deliver 400. Right, what do you say? Yeah, both 400. We're only shipping 19% on this line, as opposed to, is that right? We're shipping 94% via our two big trains here. That's pretty impressive. That's only a little bit of tweaking, is that true? I feel like that's not very true. But we've got a new forest. Where's that? It's up near us, isn't it? That's a pleasant place for it. We could almost add more forest here, couldn't we? And just like hide it in this hillside thing we've got going on there. Is it sort of in the basin, isn't it? Well, that's pleasant. Anyway, numbers. 94%. Let's see what we can see so we don't get confuzzled. What is the line rate on here? 206. Yeah, something's not right there, is it? Surely. Yeah, we're shipping 206 a year, but we're apparently meeting 94% of 400. So I'm either reading that wrong and completely forgot everything, or something's not quite lined up. But anyway, yes, we're going to have to do more with this, aren't we? What we should do is up the Clearwater run, this one. Because we're not even close. In fact, you're nearly up there, aren't you? Oh, how much are you going to pay us? Quick, get over here. Bring it up. Oh, the timing. 14.8 million. Goodness me. Well, that would make sense. I believe they were making about half that, weren't they? The half a train. I did notice we may need to lengthen that. I think nearly half speed is a bit too much to take. We can lengthen this though. We've got a bit of room to go that way. Although we're going to be quite high up there, aren't we? If we do ever want to connect in there. That could be awkward. We could go that way, of course. Yeah. I might have to redo this stretch because this doesn't in fact, none of this. This is quite a steep grade and it doesn't obey our 3% grade rule that we've imposed on ourselves. So we might have to do something about that. This line here. What is the current line rate? 124. Now actually, that's a little closer than I thought it'd be. We could just throw wagons on the back until that says 200. The idea being, we get this single train up to 200. I almost clicked on the coal mine again. That means we can just double up on that single train, and that will give us roughly 400. That's going to be the easiest way to manage that, isn't it? Yeah, because we can just balance this out. I feel like we're going to struggle up the grade if we just keep throwing wagons on, and the less this line rate goes up for each wagon, the less money we're making per wagon. So at some point, you're going to be better off throwing some more power on there. Now, it doesn't have to be double-headed with the same locos, as long as they can both reach the same speed. Currently, we have this one. It does top speed of 50. And what sort of power are we looking at? 1500, 1600 nearly. Brake horsepower. How many wagons would we need? I guess the fun experiment would be, what happens if we just add a loco on there and see what that does for our line rate? And make sure we can get up this hill. This climb is going to be a right pain for us if we just keep loading this. And we get to the old diminishing returns issue. Let's just double check the line rate. 124, remember that everybody. And we're going to add is 748 extra. That's probably enough, isn't it? Let's just look at our locos here. We don't need two of these. I think that might be overkill, because we'd definitely be able to pull however many we've got on here. And if we double that, that takes us well over the 200. We could triple head it maybe and get it all done in one shot. But given we're transferring over to another train, it's one of these two. We're going to gain this extra tractive effort as well, which does play a small part in getting up the hills, especially pulling away with a full load. So we have to take that into consideration as well. I mean, for an extra 100k a year, yeah, that's not bad. It doesn't matter about these doing 62 miles an hour. We're limited by these wagons anyway. So we're not losing out on potential max speed. But we're just looking, I think that's all you pay for anyway, the power rating. Tractive effort might be thrown in there somewhere. But anyway, power rating, do we just go for this? Because we want not quite double, don't we? So that might make sense, the Atlantic. And what we can do, I'm not going to put it at the back because it just makes me feel all sorts of awkward seeing it drive backwards. They did used to drive backwards, no doubt. But we're just going to stick it on the front, and we'll stick the lighter engine in between the wagons and the lead loco there. There we go. So you got a bit of help. 124 to beat. We need to modify that though, Grand. That ain't going to do anything. Should we pay off some of this? I mean, we can always take it back out, can't we? We could have almost paid it all off. In fact, hold shift. We'll get that paid off really quick. So is that as much as we can pay off? We're down to 4.5 million debt. Isn't that fantastic? Right. No idea what that's going to do for our line rate. I feel like it just picked up. No, you're doing full speed. It can't pick up any more speed. It did look like it, but then I just unpaused it. So it looked more like a rocket launch. Okay. Let's just see what it does. Has it changed it? Has it guesstimated a different? No, it hasn't changed it yet. It takes a little while for new line rates to filter through. We may be being bitten quite hard with our loading speed here, because it's half the speed. So a new, or at least an extra platform, on each station might be worthwhile, just so we can cut that down. I feel like half is pushing it a bit. We've lost one barrel a year, so I don't think that's accurate. We're probably not going to see the benefit until this guy does the hill climb, because that's where this extra power is going to kick in. We should get up to speed up here, I'm hoping. This is where power's probably your friend if you're dealing with a map where you've got some grades that you have to deal with constantly. I mean, downhill it makes little to no difference. I guess you will get up to speed a little quicker. But anyway, what are we doing? I feel like that's better. I'm sure we never used to get up to speed down here. Could be wrong. It's slightly downhill, isn't it? I mean, we could look. I don't know. I think this kind of curves around with the terrain a little bit. Bring up the contours. What are you up here? You are 7.5 meters. And what are we over here? 5.6. So we're slightly downhill. Depending whether we go up and down a bit. I don't think we do. We're definitely going to be able to get some more oil on here. Oh, look, there's some people driving around. I bet they're driving up to, yeah, Clearwater, wouldn't they? So they're driving from Chesapeake to Clearwater. That'd be a rough old train journey to build, to compete with the cars, wouldn't it? I think we just allow them to drive backwards and forwards if they want. We could throw on some buses if we really wanted. I feel like this series, it's got to be the freight, hasn't it? We don't care about passengers too much. We've got to have them in, though. I mean, you can't really have a series without them. It's just nice to see the passenger trains, isn't it, on the network. Plus, there's some. I think we've got some nice carriages on the US vehicle set. So yeah, that might be worth doing. There's going to be a climb and a half though up there. We could reuse this, but we're going to be going way out of our way. Given our 3% grade, I don't think we can get up there realistically. We'd have to start climbing from here. Yeah, because this is about as much as I could squeeze in to get that high, and I still don't think that's up to where Clearwater is. No. That's going to be a tricky one, guys. We've got to think about that. Buses are a thing, though, aren't they? Yeah, we could throw some buses on. Right, there we go. You're dropping off. I want to see how you do up this hill, really. We'll go and think about that line rate we've got going on there, over heading all the way to the south. That might need a little bit of time to adjust, because that means having 4 of these would roughly meet that 400, wouldn't it? Line rate. Yeah, that's what we've got to hit. I love how the frequencies match at the moment. That's impressive. I bet I couldn't do that again if I tried. 125, we gained a couple back. Look at that. Well, I think we're 1 above now, aren't we? We're really not going to tell until this guy gets up there. Alright, what are you going to do for us? I want to keep an eye on the speed. I might fast forward it. Where's our other train? Do we have a delivery coming in? Actually, keep you up there. We'll keep an eye on this speed. Well, keep it down. Well, where do you want it, guys? I want it there, so it's in my vision. And I can keep an eye on the mic stuff as well. There we go. The mic isn't actually on the screen, but it's within my peripheral vision down there. Right, this one is carrying 100. That's your coal train, grand. That won't tell you what your big oil trains are doing. Where's our oil train? Honestly thought that was the oil train. It must be down here. No, it's not. Where are you? I mean, I can click on the line. I'm just trying to see where they are. Oh, yeah, look, we're well above on our deliveries. I'm glad we popped over here. So our line rate's through the roof. I love this. It's handy when you don't have other pickups from here. You'll have to be a bit careful on how you dispatch these. As you could have trucks sitting here blocking another truck that's got goods waiting for it. So you have to be a little bit careful on that, but that's all right. While we've only got these running into town from here, they're fine to all wait there. The good thing is, when the big train comes in, full of fuel, is these three will all load simultaneously and head off. Meaning we load, how much do you carry? 14, 21. So we save 21 going into the storage facilities and overflowing and potentially losing them. Losing a bit of money. That coal train's just doing its business, isn't it? Are we meeting this? This is another one we've got to keep an eye on. Oh, 39 miles an hour up the slope. Are we even going up the slope yet? We're not. I think that's the fastest I've seen that go up there. I believe when we were running it, it did about 30 on average once it got onto the climb. So we'll keep an eye on this. 39's not bad. I don't feel like our trucks are keeping up here. That's a very high possibility. Where's our iron? Yeah, 6,932. That's your potential, I think. That's not what you're actually doing. How many do we have on? We only have 2 on there anyway. We're going to need to bump that up. But ideally need to meet, don't we? 400 coal and iron. So we either go with long trains or multiple short trains. Long train seems the way to go, doesn't it? Even this short distance, possibly. Right, managed vehicle. We have no money in the bank, Grant. What are you going to do? We could draw some out. That's a lot of clicks. Well, it's not. It's probably 2 shift clicks, isn't it? They're 40 mile an hour up that slope. We've gained 10 mile an hour. That's a lot. Oh, you're off now. These should align. There we go. Nice example. Yeah, I did want to show that off. They will align. They match perfectly now. I've still got to figure out what's up with the nearly 100% delivery of a 400 line rate. Because that's not what we're doing at all. We could be, I guess. It's going to take a long time for these to even out, I think, because when we did our initial combining of the trains, we had that one that we flipped and then we had to make one wait, so that threw the line rate completely. 41, still going up the climb. That's lovely. Oh, I absolutely love that, guys. I'm just hoping, well, we've got iron on the way, we've got coal on the way down here. These don't pay out nearly as much as our big long trains here. We should have another train heading, there it is. It's heading down the Chesapeake Helix. I was going to say Chesapeake Hill Climb. I swear that's a race in Gran Turismo. I could be misremembering, of course. Like a dirt track. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know what I'm thinking about. Get up there. How much are you going to make us? Well, you're going to make us the same amount of money. You're just going to hopefully get here a little bit quicker. 125 at the moment. I still don't think it's going to update. I really do want to add some platforms though, that's for sure. It is going to be a bit of a numbers game today, guys. But I feel by the end of it, we're going to know roughly where we're sitting in the great scheme of things. Has power. Oh, there we go. Just power. We're taking an extra 100. Well, an extra 100. Good math. We're taking an extra nearly 10 a year. Just with another wagon on there. It does mean we've got, say, 10 mile an hour to play with, perhaps, though. So we could stick another wagon or 5 on there, perhaps. Maybe 5. I don't know. This is gonna take time to adjust. I'm gonna go with, as soon as we've dropped off down here, we just stick 5 on there. I'm sure it can pull that at least 30 up there. I mean, downhill, not a problem. We've got our truck just driving off there. What are you doing? You are... What did I click on there? Oh, it's one of the... Of course, it's one of the iron trucks, isn't it? We haven't got our tipper trucks yet. We'll keep an eye on him. I want to see what he's up to. He's going to go full speed down the hill. He's got 132 on there. And we definitely want to be dropping off more here. Oh, we've got payday of the century coming in here. And goodbye debt, right? I think we can afford some trucks, definitely, and get the iron up to speed a little bit and pay off our debt. Yeah, what is it, 19? It would have been possibly more like 1927. But even with these long journeys, we're paying off our debt pretty rapidly. We did start in the 1900s. There we go. In fact, shift, repay. We're done. Guys, out of debt, 7 million in the bank. That didn't take long to turn a company round, did it? I don't know. When did we start? 1900? I think so. That's not bad, is it? Have you got fuel on? If you've got fuel on as well, that's another bit of a payday. That's going to improve quite a bit as well as we increase the throughput of our oil into the refinery and then up to the fuel refinery as well. Right, another truck on here at least. In fact, I might double it. Manage vehicles. Just duplicate all of them, please. Yes, please. Here we go. Lovely. That should have doubled the line rate roughly. 137. Let's see if they meet that. We're going to have to do the same thing with our trucks, aren't we, at the coal mine as well. 400 is our target. We're a long way off that. I'm a little bit unsure whether we can meet it with these without, not those, that's the fuel train, but our current ore trains, without them being ridiculously long and double-headed. I guess we don't mind it. It doesn't need to be too frequent, does it, to get there? It's usually the end delivery that needs to be frequent. And given our new storage systems we can build, it's less of an issue about carrying large loads. That is one thing that made me super happy when they brought in this warehousing and made it functional. The buildings themselves were kind of there already. There were station buildings and things. Not on the road vehicles though. But there were for these, but they just did nothing other than you paid for them. They added nothing to the station functionality wise. It was all pretties. Which was great at the time, but now that they're functional, it's brilliant. Go and drop us off some more money. This is real money. I mean, real virtual money. He's quite long, isn't he? That's going to get better, isn't it? It's going to get longer. I'm sure we get another beefier loco soon, the 9000. So, yeah. Right, anyway. We'll check on this line rate in a second. He's going to pick up some... No, he's going to drop them off, isn't he? Yeah, definitely going to need 2 trains on there, but get him close to 200 at the very least. Let's pop over there then. We'll check on the line rate. Each time it hits a station and pulls away, it recalculates the line rate. That's how it works. And depending how much of a change you've made, depends on... how much that will fluctuate. Well, it hasn't really changed from 133, has it? That hill climb must be taking a big chunk out of that. But we're empty now. I didn't want to lose any of our goodies. So we've got money in the bank. We've got a bit more power on this. And I say we'll go with 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. I mean, it's cheap as chips, isn't it? There we go. 21 on it. We've got 28 on those with a bit more power. I don't know what the actual power is of this now. It's going to be close. 2.5k. There we go. Isn't that one of these? No, these are... That's what's on the front, isn't it? Is that what's on the front? Did we change it? Yeah, that's what's on the front of those. These are... I can't remember what these were. 3,000, were they? 2 of them? 3.2? Yeah, 3.2k roughly. And they're at about 2.6, wasn't it? Let's just double check. Memory's terrible. 2.5, almost 2.6k. 9 million in the bank already. We're getting those little payments as well. Smaller payments from the more frequent coal and iron, which we'll take a look at soon. I'm hoping we get a little bit closer to... Oh, there we go. Get a little bit closer to the 200 mark. Right, how are we doing here? You've got 149 on the platform. You're like 144. Yeah, so our train isn't keeping up with our trucks here. And that means but were you waiting for our trucks? Unlikely. I say we just throw a couple more on the back here. See what that does for us. I just want to creep it up for now. Just get a little bit more out of it. Right then, what's that done for line rates? You're doing 118, so we're going to need to throw another truck on here, at least. Now that should have possibly balanced it out. 141 line rate. We've messed up the line rate of this a little bit because we added a wagon to it. But I'm going to throw one on anyway. We've got another coal mine. What on earth is that? Phoenix. All coal and iron there together. But anyway, get back over here. We need to add this on before we get to the station. And another one of the... did I add it on? I can't remember. Get on there. What's that done for our line rate? Are you close to 140? That's close enough, isn't it, for now? We need to do the same over there. We're going to keep increasing our capacity. You fit on this platform, though, don't you? So you should be nicely 100% still. Screechy brakes into the station. Love to hear it. There we go. You're carrying 180 now. Yeah, that's going to be messed up completely. But we'll come back to it. We've got another truck on there. It's obviously going to fill up here. Don't worry about that too much. We're going to meet this 400 possibly. Within... yeah, probably once we get the next lot of trucks. They'll be shifting it a lot quicker than these. And we'll need less of them. Now, eventually we can just stop it using the tippers and have them shifting it up and down. Or there is still the conveyor belt mod. I'm tempted to have a look at that. I've been reliably informed as well. There's some sort of loading system for, I think, coal and iron, possibly. It makes it look a little more realistic. But like I said, I don't want to get too heavy on the mods. In case you don't like loading loads of mods, which is understandable, they can put a bit of a strain on the game. I would say we've got some of the essentials in that don't really impact the game too much at all, if anything. These signals, for instance, and of course the whistle boards. Everything else, these assets are just the in-game ones, so you're not adding any more models to the game. In fact, a lot of the mods where they just reuse the assets from the game, you can use those without too much worry. Right, what are we doing? We're going up here. Are you on the way back already? Goodness me. What are you guesstimating at here? I like this little setup we got. Mixing it up a bit. 175 isn't bad, is it? I don't know how much we'll gain if we increase the line here. We've got 1.3 million in the bank. If we... oh, you've got to delete the track first, Grant. If we add a platform, possibly either side, we'll see how much that helps us. We're going to gain a little bit more loading space, but we don't want to really be worrying about storage for this. We should be picking it all up. There we go. What we need to do is just see how much of an impact it's going to have on our line rate by lengthening this station. I'm going to take that back a little further so we're a little smooth around there. It's going to be double tracked eventually. We don't want catenary on, do we? Get you up that way and we'll get you... Are you wonky? You're a bit wonky like that, aren't you? Let's get you smooth around there. No need for that. We can afford it just... I don't think it's going to cost us too much. There we go. Nearly 60k. Lovely. Is that smoother as well? It probably is, isn't it? Yeah, lovely. I'm not going to do any official episode. I feel like it's going to cost us a fortune. Right. Line rate. Hit play. What are we doing? 160. We lost 15 by building a longer platform and gaining some loading speed. That is obviously inaccurate. Yes, that's not true, is it, at all? Well, we can maybe take a ride on it for the end of the episode, up the hill, and see what sort of speeds we do up there. As long as we go up to 175 again. Of course, that 175 could be wrong. Dear oh dear. Yes, line rates. Don't pay too much attention to them until they've been running a good few years, especially these long ones. You'll be chasing your tail forever, running in circles, wondering why it doesn't quite make sense, and that will be mostly why. Oh, look at that. Did they pull into the station together? I think they did. Or do you wait for him? I think you double tracked up here. No, you might have been waiting for him. These might be a little skew whiff though, mightn't they? From when we did all of our shenanigans. Yeah. Oh, you're going to be crossing over under here, are you? I do love these longer trains. They're well suited to the US. I'd like to see some more mixed consists though, with like batches of boxcars and stuff on there. That might be where mods come in useful, where you can have actually branded wagons on the back, boxcars and flatbeds and stuff. Oh, and the container ones, I love those mods. Well, there you go. Have you got any on? No, it's every other one. That's fine. We're gonna help you out there. We're gonna have plenty of fuel waiting for you. Well, the one that's coming down now, where are you? Well, you only just left, haven't you? You're just going up the hill. Yeah, the one that's coming, well, it's going to be coming down here, is going to have a lot to pick up here. This we may need to do something about, because the frequency is, well, it's not too bad. It's saying 17 minutes now. That could be accurate. Yeah, that might be accurate. And what we have here, 19. Yeah, we don't really want that less, do we? We want to be dropping off a little more than we're picking up, just so there's plenty of stuff on the platform for each train. That would explain why one is empty and the other one's going to be like chock full of stuff. Because well, I've lost all my line statistics. Where did they go? What? What's going on there? I'm confused. We've lost our line. Is our line broken? It shouldn't be, should it? No, there it is. It's this bit. It doesn't like it. That's a bizarre bug. I've never seen that before. Am I doing something wrong? Is it just not looking at it right? Oh, it's there. Just not at this angle. Hey, that's wonderful. That's bizarre. Anyway, right. That's a fun little glitch in the Matrix. 160, I don't believe you. I'm actually going to fast forward you. Get up that hill. In fact, this is kind of nice. If I keep it on fast forward, we should get to 1926 and see if we've got any trains to play with next episode. I don't know whether there are in 1926. I would like to see the 9000 show up soon, because that'll be really handy for the main line. It's got a decent amount of horsepower, I think. Of course, we've got the big boy coming at some point. Right, you're going to get in there. You load your stuff. Right, I'll hit play now. We don't really care how much he's paying out. What we care about is whether we're going to get anywhere close to, well, 175 again would be nice. And there it is, guys. 412.2, class 9000. It does 62 miles per hour. I'm not really bothered about that, because none of our freight wagons do that. So, we've lost line rate. Meaning, possibly, that 175 was just a terrible guesstimation by the game. Possibly. Maybe. Or it could change again. Why do I even look at them? I do like that we've got the class 9000 though. And that's got to go on here. We will take a look at it. And we're going to upgrade these. Probably not these. Well, we only need to do 50 mile an hour currently, because that's all our wagons can do. So it matters not what the speed is. It's all about the power. And I would like some like little shunting services or smaller locos to do the shorter distances. And just balance it via power. And get a bit of variety going. So anyway, managed vehicle. What are we looking at power-wise? 4.8k. Isn't that more than two of these, I believe? Yeah, they're a little over 3k, aren't they? 3.2 nearly. Yeah, and these are 4.8. Oh, that means more of these on the back. More tankers on the back of that. Well, there we go. That's something we're going to do at the beginning of next episode. Yeah, we can do that straight away, can't we? And just stick more wagons on the back of these. That's going to have some serious pulling power. I love it. And these, I don't know what we're doing with this. This is just, there's all sorts of broken, isn't it? 156, I don't believe you at all. So this is about 2 days later. We're on that same line. And I cut the last 10 minutes of the video because, oh my days, I was not happy with it. I was getting a little bit frustrated with the line rates not lining up within a reasonable amount of time for recording. So what I did was the day later, I went away and I've got written down 3 consists that all meet 200 line rate. However, I thought, why not have a little bit of a competition? It's just a bit of fun, and I'll pick 3 people in the comments at random who get it right. Let's just get to the depot here. I'm gonna buy vehicles. What I'm gonna do is make the 3 engines, but not the consists, because I'm not going to tell you how many wagons are on them. The 3 names I draw out, if we've got 3 that get it right, well, 1 will be named for the line, and 2 of you will be the 2 trains that are on the line. So consist A is a single Mikado. So that's your first one. Consist B had 2 Mikados on it. Consist C is the one we've got that's down there now, which had the Mikado and the Atlantic on it. So A, B or C. And the question is, which one at 200 line rate made the most profit? That is it. That's all you got to do. A, B or C. A is the Mikado, B 2 Mikados, and C Mikado and Atlantic. And like I said, I'm not telling you how many wagons each engine formation pulls. So educated guess or best guess. And I did run it for hours. So that's how long it takes apparently to get a line rate to be fairly accurate. And we're on board going up the grade all the way to Clearwater. And this won't be the finished consist. There's a clue. There's obviously not enough wagons on the back. So I'm pleased I managed to get it all sorted eventually. It would have took several episodes to get that sorted. I had it on fast forward, but I had a cup of tea, some biscuits. I enjoyed myself, sort of. I mean, that is the thing that fascinates me the most about these logistics games. It would be nice if the line rates were just a little bit more accurate sooner, though. That would save some time. But anyway, yeah, I did enjoy the whole episode, except for the last bit was just a little bit frustrating. Thankfully, you won't have to suffer that. I'll leave you on board this. When we come back, it is Class 9000 time. I'm looking forward to that. That does change the game quite a bit. And we're going to have to delete some of these rocks too, aren't we? They're a little bit floaty. I would like to put some of the waypoint, the whistle boards, down on this bit of track. Probably through the tunnels, just so we get some sound effects in the distance, perhaps, of the whistles going on this line. This line has been earmarked to be a bit busier and continue the corridor on the eastern side of the map, all the way to, is it Beaumont that's up there? I think so. I'm pointing. That's not helping anybody. So yeah, we've got plans for that. I'm looking forward to a bit of a corridor extension. It's going to join up with the current one. We sort of have it working now, but it's going to involve a bit of engineering, a little bit, especially at 3% grade, because I don't think we quite line up. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Get your comments down below and I'll pick out 3 correct answers at random, and you guys will be immortalized in this series, being named after this line and the 2 trains that will be riding it, because although it doesn't seem it watching it, that took some time to do. Alright guys, thanks again for watching, and until next time, take care.